Hello, 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 hello. Welcome again, welcome again. Welcome to another day of Bitcoin Bite. Welcome. We have many friends here that are logged on. Can you help us to know each other a little bit more? Like, where do you come from? Now, can you type down on the chat group which city do you come from so that we know which city all over the world is logging in? Come on, let's type on the chat group. Where do you come from? Which city do you come from? Malaysia. Yes, welcome. Malaysian, all the Malaysian. Where else? Philippines. Yes, Catherine from the Philippines. And Luxembourg. Okay, Singapore. Well, where else? Where else do you come from? Yeah, India, Indonesia, Oman, Philippines. Yes, England. Wow, England. Malta. Yes, Malta too. Sri Lanka. Yes. Welcome, welcome. So welcome everybody from all the cities around the world. Welcome, 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 welcome again. Right, welcome. Well, today is a very exciting day. Exciting, very, very exciting day. Bitcoin crash. It crashed hard. Not surprising, it also bring a lot of other crypto down too, and Bitcoin dropped over 7,000 to below 43,000 in just a couple of hours. Now, what is the reason for this crash? Is there any change fundamentally to Bitcoin, or is there a market manipulation, right? Okay, so this is the question we are going to discuss today, and welcome to Bitcoin Byte. My name is Richard Tan from Success Resources. We are the world leading education provider. Every week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we stream live on Facebook and YouTube. We are making video talking about cryptocurrency and Bitcoin investing. So if this is the topic that you like to learn more, make sure you subscribe to the channel, gently tap the thumbs up button, and invite your friends here too, right? And also click on the notification bell so that whenever there's a video, you are the first to know. Now, I am very delighted to bring my friend, Dr. Clement Chan, to the program. He's no stranger to many people, an authority in financial investing, and also a well-known teacher and coach in the art of wealth creation. And he has many, many thousands of students all over the world. Welcome, Dr. Clement.
Wow, Richard, thank you so much for having me in your show. And you know what? Yesterday was like, I was talking about my teacher, Tony Robbins, live on YouTube streaming. And then while I was teaching about the 7 secrets of what we call the success formula, Bitcoin price drop right in front of my eyes. And wow. Today I got so much to share about this drop in a very, very positive light. Nobody is thinking about it. And I'm gonna share a really good case study, and everyone can reflect on the wisdom. Wow. Thank you so much, Richard, for having me. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Clement. Now, of course, we all know that Bitcoin crashed hard. And in just 7 hours, in just a couple of hours, it dropped 7,000 to even below 43,000. And then later on, it go back to 45, 46, 47,000. And it's probably like, it brings us back by about 1 week to 10 days, that the price of 1 week to 10 days ago. So we want to know what's the reason for this crash. And so, Dr. Clement, what's happening to Bitcoin? Billions of dollars were liquidated in minutes. And the big question is, why? So question to you, Dr. Clement. Everybody is keen to know.
All right, let's kickstart with this really interesting analysis, and we're going to learn a huge, huge lesson, all right? First of all, I want to introduce to all of you my greatest teacher in the area of stock market, in the area of options market, and I want to bring on board this gentleman by the name of Warren Buffett. Wow, right here, all right? And this is a real case study. It has really played out really beautifully. I want to share with you what is this story all about. As you can see in the headline here, Gene Cramer says billionaire battle brewing between Warren Buffett and Carl Icahn. So Warren Buffett, the #1 superhero in the world of stock market. Everybody know about him, right? Now, Carl Icahn, that's another superhero. You may not know so much about him, but let me tell you, he's legendary as well. He's known for going aggressively on merger and acquisition takeover of public companies. So you have two billionaires standing side by side. And what is the context of this beautiful story, right? So here we go. That was the year in the very same quarter. Carl Icahn dumped all of his stocks in Apple. And he said that that's the end of Apple. I tried 2 years putting my resources, supporting Apple, buying up the stocks. I bought up to $2 billion worth of Apple stocks, and I'm giving it up. The story of Apple ends right here. And this article was dated when? Here we go. 2017, February 15, all right? And at the same time, on the very same quarter that Carl Icahn dumped Apple stocks, Warren Buffett, for the first time, stepped into Apple. First time. So I'm showing you my hands right now. It's called a switch, or you can call it a musical chair. Somebody has right now taken over the new musical chair. Why two of the greatest veterans in the world of Wall Street has such divergent views on the same company called Apple? This is what we are actually looking at Bitcoin today. So with this introduction, as you know, who is the true winner of Apple today? The biggest winner is none other than Warren Buffett. He made so much money out of Apple. It's like milking cash cow. Now, of all his entire portfolio, Apple stands at number one in his portfolio, the one that gives him the most amount of cash every single year. And I'm going to switch over from this idea, coming back right down to take a look at Bitcoin and to give every one of us the right context. Here we go. This is the chart of Bitcoin, all right? Now, for every great movement, think about Warren Buffett and Carl Icahn. There's always a switch, a musical chair, and here we go. We started off 2020 really at a low of 3,000 plus per Bitcoin. And then we shot up all the way high to about $64,000 per Bitcoin, all right? Now, this is what we know. But if I switch over right now to this chart here and to kind of give you the story what happened yesterday, I go turn on 15-minute candle. And in the 15-minute candle, you're going to see so much more clarity. This behavior right here. Here we go. The first behavior is found right here on the top, 52,000. That was the high of yesterday. Very close to the $1 trillion market cap. I was watching the market cap of Bitcoin. We are about to break 1 trillion already, because the moment it touched 53,000 plus, bam, headlines everywhere will declare that we have a $1 trillion market cap, all right? So that was step one. Step two, it went to a low yesterday, 42,843. But what most people miss out on is this super duper drop line from 52 drop to 42. This drop is $10,000. We must calculate based on these two drops. 52 drop to 42, it is a $10,000 drop. And for those of you viewers who have been following closely with us, I taught you one very important step, and that was on Monday. What was the step? I changed it to 1 day, and here we go. Remember, I draw this horizontal line. You know, Richard, we went through these lessons with all the students. We said that, look at the volume. The moment anything above 150,000 per day, that is a critical point already. So what was yesterday's volume? 123,000 Bitcoin transacted. The previous higher than 120,000, that was back then, right here. All right, I'm going to kind of pinpoint to you guys where I'm looking at. That was 152,000 volume right here. Let me kind of adjust my mouse. This was the part 152,000. You guys saw it. And this was the part right here, the point of entry. So what has happened, my suspicion is the guy who entered back then on 26th of July, he has sold off his profits. Buy low, sell high, make money, all right? So you can see this movement here was liquidated by, I believe, the same guy who went in to buy at a huge sum, buy low at about 34,000, sell high at about 54,000, 52,000, and that's it. So there's a switch. But this switch means that just like how I can't giving up on Apple company, right now you're going to have a new player coming in already. And I want you all to know.
Okay. Oh, no. We lost Dr. Clement. Okay, what's happened to Dr. Clement? And it does happen sometimes. It does happen sometimes in technology, but let's be patient. Dr. Clement will be coming back. Now, of course, yesterday was really, really exciting for many people. Some of them excited and worried about their investment. Some of them were excited because there's another opportunity coming, right? So let Dr. Clement decipher it in a manner that we can digest and take action on what is happening. So Dr. Clement, okay, there is a chat here that says technical fault. All right. Okay, Dr. Clement, are you back, Dr. Clement?
I'm back. Okay. I got too excited that the laptop kind of died on me. So I hope everybody can still see my screen.
Okay, so, yes, we can.
Yeah. So we're going to finish up this part, all right? This is the part I want to share, that for every guy that walk out, there's a new guy coming in. And I can tell you this is a really positive sign, because every money manager out there, they are dripping with saliva right now, because they will not be able to get this price ever again. Why? Simply because of this. We look at the candle right below, right here, the volume candle. And in this volume candle right here at the bottom, I'm signaling to all of you, this is the first time we broke 120,000 and there's somebody selling off. No problem, let the guy sell off. There will be a switch, just like how I can't giving up my Apple. Warren Buffett stepped into Apple for the first time, and we need a strong player coming to ride up all the way to the $1 trillion market cap again. So I hope you guys pick up important lessons from yesterday. And 3 important things. Number 1, always place a stop limit order, right? You never know what's going to happen, and that's what we've been teaching. Once you put in your order, you have Bitcoins in your portfolio, put on a stop limit order. Number 2, have a real big heart. Be ready for this kind of shocks in prices. We have been preparing you for this journey. For every great venture, great endeavor, there will be always ripples along the way. And number 3, make sure you stick to our community so that we constantly kind of update you what's happening. And I know today, Richard got a big announcement for our community. Back to you, Richard.
Thank you, Dr. Clement. Thank you. I think you bring up a very important point that community is very important. We stick to the community, and the community, can update each other, educate, and then as a whole community, we will do a lot better and encourage each other. So thank you for sticking in this community. Now, Dr. Clement, the lesson that you've given to us, the analogy is very, very powerful, and that's very, very important education for each one of us that is investing in Bitcoin. Now, there's another theory. The other theory I read is that it could be a manipulation by some very powerful organization that is against Bitcoin and against El Salvador adopting Bitcoin as legal tender, because this organization just lost control of El Salvador, because El Salvador made a decision to dump US dollar in favor of Bitcoin. Now, it is also not coincident that this sudden drop happened on the exact same day that El Salvador launched the start of the legal tender for Bitcoin in the country. So question for you is, what do you think of this theory?
Oh yeah, Richard, you're spot on. This theory is there are 3 important things that happened yesterday. I given all of you the big context about the musical chair theory. Right now, we're going to go to the precise detail surrounding. Step 1, we're going to take a look at this important article. And in this article, 3 reasons why the crypto market kind of crashed yesterday. All right, we understand about the crash already. So the first one, you have JP Morgan issuing a bad memo to his investors ahead of the crash. He's telling everybody, okay, right now there's a kind of a euphoria. People are hyping up the prices and be prepared for a sell-off. So this note was pretty influential because JP Morgan's customers are all the high net worth individuals. The second one is a reflection of the country's leadership by El Salvador. Now, we're going to use a benchmark, just like in Singapore with Monetary Authority Singapore, MAS, they will always set up a sandbox to test and test and test until there are no more bugs. And not just the government testing it, they invite third parties to continue what we call the penetration test. So you have government testing it, third party companies engaged by the government to test it, private companies enter to start off the adoption in the sandbox. So the concept of sandbox is very important. And this is what is exactly missing in El Salvador. The president just want to go ahead because he's hanging on to his political life. We are looking at a 40-year-old president of El Salvador, one of the most popular men right now in his era. He wants to make his mark urgently. Move fast, break things. And truly, he broke a lot of things last night. What happened? The wallet crashed. And the worst thing that you can ever do before you legalize the coin was to front run the Bitcoin. He told everybody he put in $20 million to buy Bitcoin ahead of the launch. And such a signal will kind of trigger the big bad wolf coming down to go after your blood. We're going to unveil to you who's the big bad wolf in a short while. So there were mistakes in the launch. And, you know, it was in such desperation, the president actually reached out to everybody. Hey, please help us to chip in, help us find out what exactly is going on. So this is a sign that they are 100% ill-prepared for the conversion, all right? So what exactly is the big bad wolf? Here we go. And that's none other than International Monetary Fund, IMF, warns against using crypto as national currency ahead of El Salvador launch. Now, this warning is really causing dire straits situation right now for El Salvador as a country and as for the people. So when we see such a news coming up, it is really scary. Because why? Bitcoin's market cap surpassed the IMF special drawing rights reserve. And they're not going to sit around getting hammered by a coin that they cannot control, because Bitcoin is 100% decentralized. They have to do something about it. What did they do? Here we go. Issue stock warning. I told you so. Don't mess around with us. And there you go. You have a $10,000 drop in one day. And that is, I believe, is the big bad wolf theory. They come out, really go and hammer. And of course, they are very worried that if the first guy start the domino, the rest will follow, because IMF is warning about legal tender. They are very disturbed because any country that makes Bitcoin a legal tender means it is out of the control of IMF. They cannot have an influence on the policy. They cannot manipulate. They cannot do whatever they want to do. And that's what's going on behind the scenes at the highest level. Now, there was some positive news that came out from yesterday as well. We have El Salvador, and right now Panama is going to be the next one. And we are talking about Latin America, Central America. All these guys realize, okay, this is perhaps our only chance to kind of step out of the shadow of the big guy that's monitoring us. There's none other than IMF. So everything we put into pieces right now, you begin to understand, okay, we need to really take note of three very important things. Number one is the price. The price has kind of rise up, and we are all looking at the low-hanging fruits of beating the $1 trillion market cap once again. The volume at the bottom, there's a benchmark. Right now, the benchmark is set 120,000 per day. All right. Once you break that line, you know somebody is manipulating it already. Somebody wants to come in and do some big action. And the guy who bought back then, he's already making a nice profit. 34,000 was his average price. He sold about 52,000. Gorgeous. All right. Close to $18,000 profit per coin. And right now, number three, how about all these governments? It gives you straight away a very clear understanding. This is no longer a coin for the ordinary man, no longer a coin for the institutional man. It is a coin that will be fought out among countries. Wow.
Thank you, Dr. Clement. Now, and one important question for you, Dr. Clement, is whether this phenomenon is normal, or has this happened before? And if you can show us, if it has happened before, did it recover, and how long does it take?
Yeah, great question, Richard. And, I'm going to come back and show you all the past instances. In fact, recently we did a program together with Richard on a launch pad, and I want to kind of switch over to there and show you there are super 8 candles that we need to look out for in the past. But it is the first time that the country has adopted Bitcoin as a legal tender. So I'm going to switch over right now over to this class that we kind of ran, and here we go. You guys will be loving this super 8 candles, and I'm just getting the materials out to share with all of you, right? So here we go, right up here, and let me turn it on, all right? Dun, 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 dun. Okay, check this out. We are looking at the super 8 candles exactly right here, all right? So in the past, what has happened? On the 8th of February, we have Elon Musk kind of tweeted that, hey, Tesla is going to accept Bitcoin as so-called a legal tender to buy Tesla cars. And what happened on 8th of February? We go right back to the charts right here, and it's really, really fun exercise for us to do, all right? So here we go, 8th of February, and we are looking at this really beautiful candle right up here, this green candle. Wow! All right, 8th of February, and in one day, you move up $10,000. And that is really gorgeous. Then, of course, the next bad news came out on 23rd of February. That was Janet Yellen warning about crypto trading, and everything about it kind of sent the candle tumbling down in $10,000. That's 23rd. And we quickly switch over to look at 23rd right over here. So here we go. This is your 23rd February. So you have this big drop here, and then you have this big jump right up here. So this is all we are talking about, $10,000 movement in one day. And you know what? All these are really gorgeous. And of course, we have Michael Saylor coming up, and that was on the 1st of March. And then the US Treasury come and hammer back the coin again, 18th of April, just like what is happening yesterday, right? IMF came out to warn, the coin dropped. Then Elon Musk came out to push the price up. And then Elon Musk said something that, hey, we're going to denounce Bitcoin, and the candle moved down. And by the time we hit our 7th candle, China came out and banned Bitcoin completely. The coin went down $10,000 in one day. And then we went through the 30,000 to 40,000 range from 19 May to 5th of August. And today we are looking at $43,000. All right. So kind of back to the good old days of the 30 to 40,000 range. And then Tom Lee came out of 9th of August saying that, hey, we're going to break right now the 200-day moving average charge. And all this is really playing out. It's so interesting. I mean, in another lifetime of yours, you cannot go through this period of volatility that you are seeing right here in front of you. This is the best time to learn. This is the best time to trade. No other better time. I'm so amazed. I mean, we got to put on an attitude. How we look at all these price changes, Richard, really what our community represents to us is this. We put on an attitude that this is play. This is fun. This is so much wisdom. And if you are feeling sad and down today, you have a wrong approach about Bitcoin, because we really know the future already. But all this movement creates opportunity for us to understand even more what is at stake. Who are really out there feeling the pain in the ass right now? IMF, right? Treasury Secretary, China. Who else is next? But for every guy who come and throw stones and cast stones, there will be a hero rising up. And are you the hero? That's the question I want to ask all of you. Are you watching right now as a hero, or you're looking out there casting a stone? I think this is the big topic for today. What do you think, Richard?
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Clement. I mean, thank you that you bring up all this $10,000 movement, and this is only we are not talking years apart. We're just talking weeks or months apart.
Yeah.
And next week, another month, things will be a lot different, right? And comparing this to stocks and fiat currency, you got to wait for years for it to years to make the money and years to lose the money. But here, in this segment here, Bitcoin, you can perform the same results in a shorter time. Yeah. Now, Dr. Clement, is there any fundamental change in Bitcoin at all, right? Is structural change or anything, or the product, or is fundamentally investor activity still look strong? Should current investor in Bitcoin need to worry? And with this happen, with all these things happen, are institution and public still interested in Bitcoin?
Yes, Richard, that was a great question, because you highlighted number one word is called worry. And I can tell you what the top insiders of the world, the fund managers, are thinking about all the time. They will come in and smell blood. If there's fear on the streets, there are blood on the streets, they are the first to come in and scoop it up. So what exactly are these guys looking at? So I'm going to kind of switch over right here to our coinmarketcap.com, all right? Coinmarketcap.com. So right now, overall cryptocurrency, we are still hovering above $2 trillion market cap. That's the entire global crypto market, all right? And we're talking about all the coins on planet Earth. Now, 2 trillion market cap is a very powerful force. But the real market cap we are monitoring is right here. Bitcoin, from a 950 billion yesterday, now dropped by another 100 billion to 848, all right, 848 billion. Now, when you see this is an opportunity, because it will attract every guy out there, the real top fund managers. They were thinking, okay, right now we are really close to the $1 trillion. And if we can come and scoop it up at this moment, guess what? When there's fear in the street, we want to come in and scoop it up. And the moment it rebounds back to $1 trillion, they achieve their game plan again. We are owning a $1 trillion asset. How many fund managers out there can say they own an asset before it became a $1 trillion market cap and hold it until it breaks the $1 trillion market cap? How many fund managers can say that today? Now, that is a real big question for you to think about as well. The way you invest, the way you look at crypto as an asset class. And that's really what got me excited, because right now we are so close already. We've been there, done that this year, crossed a $1 trillion market cap, all right? And it's going to come back again. And that's the way we should be looking at it. As a result, I want to show you right here. Right? Yesterday, 7th of September, already 500 billion German asset manager considers adding Bitcoin to existing fund. This is ongoing pipeline. Everybody right now kind of finally throw their focus onto this asset class. Compared to last year, compared to 10 years ago, nobody's talking about it. Everyone say, hey, that's a joke, that's a joke. And where was the real trigger? The real trigger happened when Bitcoin broke the 500 billion market cap. That's for the first time what attracted Michael Saylor to look at it. And he said in one interview, that was my triggering point. The moment it touched 500 billion market cap, this is not child's play anymore. It is so damn difficult to build a 500 billion market cap company. Don't talk about just a single asset class. He's seen it. He saw it. He came in when? He didn't come in last 10 years ago, 8 years ago, 7 years ago. He came in only last year. To be exact, I think he's celebrating his 1 year anniversary into Bitcoin, because this is the month of September. That was his first tweet. He bought Bitcoin last year, September. So you are seeing what right now? All these big guys are looking at the market cap. And that's the reason why, Richard, this is a very positive sign.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Clement. Now, actually, for ladies and gentlemen, I only came into the Bitcoin scene, right? Really came in only this year, not last year. I think I probably mentioned it, remember wrongly. It was only this year, March, right? It was this year, March. I went to one of the Clement's talk and then, got involved and then very passionate in Bitcoin when I began to understand what is it all about. And that's the reason why we want to organize this global Bitcoin festival as a community, as a movement to promote the adoption and education of Bitcoin. So it will be in this October. Now, so we have been inviting world leader in this field here, and then many of them are very prominent people. So let me just share with you who are the speakers of the global Bitcoin festival. Now, this is not the full list, and more are coming in, but let me just kind of share with you right now who are they and why it's very important that we come and learn from them, right? So let me just share with you. Okay. Now, the first person I like to share with you, his name is called Dr. Asher. Now, he is a professor of a very renowned university in Israel. Now, I met him many years ago. I can't remember, like 3-4 years ago, right? When we were running events all over Europe, and I met him in Israel. Now, at that time, 3-4 years ago, he was telling me, and at that time I couldn't understand. He said that, Richard, one day, the government of the world will back up their national currency with Bitcoin. Now, you see, we are all very familiar that, government of the world, when they print money, their money is backed up by gold, which no more true today, because US and all the other countries are not using gold to back up. But we know that at one time when the national currency are backed up by gold. But he told me 3 years ago that he foresee that one day the currency of the world will be backed up by Bitcoin. Why? Because of the limit number of Bitcoin, the nature of Bitcoin, and the store of value. Yeah. So he is brilliant. I mean, he kind of forecast this whole. So he will be one of our presenter, because he has such a brilliant understanding of the monetary system. Now, next is Robert Kiyosaki, right? So I know Robert for many years. I think I know Robert for more than 25 years. Now he's a forefront thinker. Now Robert is an old man like myself. And and like Bitcoin and all these things, cryptocurrency is kind of not his forte. But this year, he recognized, just like myself, he's enlightened about this great instrument, right? Great instrument. And Robert is foremost a wealth teacher and thinker, right, in the area of financial literacy. So he has been very vocal now on Bitcoin, on investing in Bitcoin and supporting Bitcoin. So we want to hear his idea. Now, the other person is Michael Saylor. And all I know is that this man is one of the most passionate person in promoting the adoption of Bitcoin. Now, he runs a huge public company listed on NASDAQ. It's a traditional company, like it's a intelligent software company. And people like that should have nothing to do with Bitcoin or cryptocurrency. Yeah, because they have a very profitable, successful business that huge organization depend on. So why should you be involved in Bitcoin? But on the contrary, he sees something in Bitcoin. He sees that it's a store of value, and when he began to understand what Bitcoin is all about, Bitcoin being digital gold and all about, and he took his company's money, and he's probably one of the most vocal advocate of Bitcoin. Now, I want to ask Clement because Clement is is very, very knowledgeable in the area of public company, and their background, etc. I want to ask Clement to kind of share with each and every one of you micro strategy background and also Michael Saylor's background.
Yes, awesome. Okay. And that was a great news. I think it deserved a bell. We have the #1 true blue advocate on planet Earth on Bitcoin, and that's none other than MicroStrategy CEO Michael Saylor. So there are a few things we need to do immediately once Richard has made this major announcement. You know, this event is going to be like monster size huge. All right, go out there, share with your friends that Michael Saylor is confirmed as our speaker. This was the biggest news that came out from yesterday. And 3 things you need to do right now. Step 1, go and look at his public company at microstrategy.com. And the way I study a public company, and this is how we look at it differently as an investor, we always go to investor relations. Every public company will have an investor relations page. So I click on that, all right? And what you want to see is consistency. And I will go to straight off here, news and press releases, click on every single news and press releases that they have done. And when I kind of zoom in and let you understand why this guy is so freaking focused on doing one thing. Right now, his lifetime commitment is just into Bitcoin. So look over here, starting from last year, right? Here we go. Wow. We will start from here. Ladies and gentlemen, MicroStrategy announces over 1 billion in total Bitcoin purchases in the year 2020. All right, that was dated 21st of December 2020. And then, how did he go about raising so much money? First, I want you to see the very first one, which is the reverse Dutch auction. And right up here, here we go. Reverse Dutch auction is right here. Preliminary results of modified reverse Dutch auction tender offer. That is, he does a stock buyback using MicroStrategy as a public company and taking the cash to buy Bitcoin. All right. And then he did another stunt, private offering of convertible senior notes. So he started with reverse Dutch auction, convertible senior notes on December 7. That's the second method. Now we go to the third method. Oh my God, this is so fun, all right? Third method, he raised another 650 million offering of 0.75%, and people give him money. Even the return is like 0.75% convertible senior notes due in the year 2025. So this is the clue to you. He's really thinking about 2025, Bitcoin will be like monster size. Many of them are hitting about 500,000 per coin. Some are already hitting about $1 million per Bitcoin, all right? So that's the second one. And the third one right here, another 600 million of convertible senior notes. And then you go on right here, 0% coupon. People throw money at him at $1 billion for 0% coupon. Where to find this on planet Earth, right? Then he went on to buy like 19,000 Bitcoins for $1 billion. And I kind of, another senior notes at $400 million. Another one due in 2028, 6.125. So you can see everything is documented from a public company. Now, if you don't believe in this, I don't know what else you want to believe in already. Next, go to his Twitter. This guy is so consistent. You know, I was checking through every single tweet he ever made, and he kind of flushed out his tweets from last year. He only showed the December tweets onwards for and plus this year. Every single tweet is about Bitcoin. And that's the reason why we hold him high in regards. This is the man, you know, right now, taking the lead in the world. And when he heard about Richard and Veronica, holy moly, let me tell you guys, holy moly, he raised up his hand and said, yes, I will speak in the Global Bitcoin Festival. And that is the reason why everybody, this is the Global Bitcoin Festival event. And today we have finally confirmed Michael Saylor as one of our keynote speakers. And I can tell you there'll be a flood and flurry of many other speakers that Richard will be due to announce soon. I'm just trying to contain my excitement, right, Richard?
Thank you, Dr. Clement. Actually, the amazing thing about this man, Michael Saylor, is that he spent so many $1 billion buying up Bitcoin, but he has not sold one single Bitcoin. He's still holding the Bitcoin, not sold one single Bitcoin. And recently, just I think 1 or 2 days ago, he tweeted that, because at that point in time when he first started, he has 500 million cash in his treasury.
Yeah.
I mean, cash in a treasury with no interest, right? You cannot do anything that you put in a bank, there's no interest. So he was deciding to do, before he decided on Bitcoin, he was deciding whether to buy gold, at least to keep the money, to make the money work for the company. But he decided to put in Bitcoin. And then he tweeted to say that he actually very happy that he never put in gold because he's now making money, right? So, Dr. Clement, can you explain this logic?
Oh, yes. This is thank you for raising this up, Richard, because his company is a business intelligence company called MicroStrategy. And the moment he took out a print screen from his own company website, the data is kind of supported by MicroStrategy Business Intelligence. That's step one. Step two, he did a comparison with gold right here. Gold return versus Bitcoin, all right? So he is stating that, hey, if you kind of put money, oh my God, put money, gold versus Bitcoin, over 12 months, you're down 80% if you put into gold, right? And then for Bitcoin, look at this. There's this tick here, 376% return over 1 month. And right now, Bitcoin kind of beat out every single month from 12 months, 1 month, 3 months, and 5 years, beat out every single metric against gold. Now, why is there such an interest to compare against gold? That is the real question that we want to chase, because gold traditionally has been used to hedge by the sovereign countries of the world. I was reading the book by our founding father, Singapore, Lee Kuan Yew, and back then Singapore became independent in 1965. And he sent his finance minister, Goh Keng Swee, to do one simple task: go and buy gold from Switzerland. We need to let the world know that the Singapore dollar has strength backed by the gold bars. And that's exactly how it started back in 1965. But today's context is completely different. Just like Richard has shared about Professor Escher, he's already telling Richard 3 to 4 years ago, every country in the future will not be buying gold to hedge against their currency, but they'll be buying Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is so limited by 21 million Bitcoins and it's decentralized. No one can manipulate it. And that's the beauty of Bitcoin. So the thinking right now has raised the bar. When Michael Saylor compared gold versus Bitcoin, the true thinking is, he's actually telling us, hey, if countries are going after it and the ordinary men are not taking advantage of this, and guess what? By the time all the countries kind of snap it up, no more chance left.
Thank you, Dr. Clement. Thank you, Dr. Clement. So, today, we experienced this drop in price in Bitcoin. And we are here to tell you that nothing fundamentally has changed, right, in the product or service in this instrument called Bitcoin. And we have heard from Dr. Clement that this is not the first time it happened, and it has happened several times in the last, couple of months, right? And every time it happened, it grew even stronger. And that's the reason why we are very passionate about Bitcoin, and we are organizing this Global Bitcoin Festival. Now, this Global Bitcoin Festival is funded by Success Resources and myself and Dr. Clement, and we want to is going to be free as a contribution to the world, so that we can get more people who will be educated about Bitcoin. Yeah, so there is a link below here that you can sign up for this Global Bitcoin Festival if you have not. And if you have, we ask that you help us by supporting this movement by telling more people about Global Bitcoin Festival. And we have invited world-class speakers who are very passionate, themselves very passionate about Bitcoin. And many of them are billionaire, right? Billionaire, hundreds of million or billionaire in their own right. And they are not here to speak because they want to make some money in the speaking fee. They're all here, including Clement and myself. We're not aiming to profit monetary from this. So we are here to so that we can educate more people about Bitcoin, this amazing financial instrument. So the Global Bitcoin Festival this October is a gathering of industrial expert enthusiastic committee of Bitcoin holder to update, to educate adoption of Bitcoin. So Dr. Clement, any last word for all the our audience that's here on the Global Bitcoin Festival?
Yes, Richard, thank you so much. You did a great summary, and I want to thank every single one of you. You kind of stick to our live YouTube stream 3 times a week. Thank you so much for staying together with us. And our appeal to you is kind of reach out to more friends, because this is a generational wealth creation tool, and the event is really coming up. And can I tell you this timing? I spoke about it so many times. The date is so precise, 28, 29 of October, and that is the period just exactly before November, December. That are those 2 months that the Bitcoin prices will shoot like crazy. And our vision still remain very focused. We want to go out there, educate more people about such a powerful asset class. Michael Saylor has been doing it. Richard Tan has been doing it. Myself, we have been doing it. Every one of us putting on our simple part to contribute to this body of knowledge. So you can do likewise today. Simply go to this website, globalbitcoinfestival.com, register for the event for free, right? And not only that, spread the word to your friends, to your village, to all your colleagues, get them to come on board, because there are many questions that are not answered. And we try our best 3 times a week to tackle as many issues as possible in a very open, transparent manner, just as how you watched the video today. And I want to thank you for staying through with us. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in.
Thank you. Okay, till we meet again this coming Friday, I wish you well, health, and happiness in your life. Thank you.